Hi, welcome back to Rebecca's Travels. Today I'm going to be doing the hottest places that I've visited and more. So let's jump right into it. Now, the hottest places that I have been to, number one is Orlando in Florida. Again, when I was there, it, it was literally in its 90s, and again very hot and humid, and it was in July and August time. If you don't like the hot weather or the humidity, then you can travel out of season. Obviously it'll be cooler then, and obviously the prices are cheaper then as well. um, but yes, that is one of the hottest places I've been to, and it's humid as well. um, Another place is Greece, the Greek islands, such as in the summertime, Corfu, Crete and Zakynthos, that I've been to. Rhodes would also be the same, but I went out of season then, and obviously it's not so hot in October time. Still sunny weather, but again it's not so hot. But if you don't want it so hot, then you would be better going out of season, such as April, May, September, October time. And plus the prices then are cheaper as well. Again, at once I think in Corfu it was like over 100 degrees, or in its hundreds, just say, extremely hot. And Zakynthos and Crete, again, they were in their 90s and in July, August time, so very, very hot. At night time though, especially in Corfu, it got very cold at night, especially that second week. It was extremely hot in the day but very cold at night. So my advice would be, for night time, is take, say, a cardigan or a wrap, or just something like a shawl. Women at night, or men, can take, say, a jumper or whatever, because it can get quite cold at night. In Florida, though, a lot of time at night, and in New York, by the night time, or say late afternoon, it really came down in rain. And in America, when it comes down in rain, usually at night or probably late afternoon, it really does rain, if you get what I mean. So so an umbrella or a Mac, if you are even venturing out at night, could be beneficial. Plus, like, if it's very raining very heavily, I would suggest a plastic umbrellas to keep you dry basically. If it does decide to downpour, say late afternoon, night time, in America, again in Greece I've never known it to downpour. Another very hot place that I've been to is both Cyprus and Turkey. Again in July time they were about 90-95 degrees, so definitely very hot places. So a lot of time if they're very hot at night, then they can be very cool at night, or very hot in the daytime but very cool at night. So again both those places were again in the 90s. Another place, island that I've been to that was also very hot, and it's near North Africa, which is the island of Malta and Gozo. They are very hot, again indeed, about again 1995, roughly July, August time. So again, if you don't want it so hot, then look at going out of season between, and if you want the prices cheaper as well, look at out of season. You will still get it warm but not really hot, just say. Again, although it has a beautiful breeze, summer breeze, one of the hottest places that I've been to is the Canary Islands, both of them, Lanzarote and Tenerife. Now the northern parts of the islands, or at least, are again not so hot. It's more like English, whatever, just say, but just say it's not so hot. But the southern parts are hot, but they're not humid. Unlike America, you get this beautiful breeze that a lot of people like, and it makes it in the summer more comfortable for walking around in. Also with the Canary Islands, if you want to go in the winter, it's also hot, so it's also hot all year round, just say. So that is again an added bonus there for you. So you could virtually go any time of year and it will not be too hot or humid for you. Again, places in southern Spain such as Majaca, in Costa Almera, and also Costa del Sol, Medina, Torremolinos, they can get hot, especially if you're going towards the Seville area. Playa de Lux, which is near Portugal, that can get hot. I've been to Portugal, one part of Portugal which is the Algarve, which is again the hottest part of Portugal, and again that can get hot as well, in its 90s. So I mean, if you went to middle or northern Portugal, then it's not as hot, but in the Algarve region it could easily July, August time get into its 90s. Again, if you don't like it being in its say 90s for instance, then you'd probably be better off going out a season. And if you go to the southern part of Spain and Portugal, you're more, and the Canary Islands, you're more likely to get better weather, and it's more likely not to rain than to say the north of Portugal and the north of Spain, for instance. But yes, basically the hottest countries are basically been in the 90s, or even such as Corfu, Greece, in its hundreds. So again, be warned. I would say if you don't like hot weather, then definitely go out a season. Things to wear in hot weather. Again, everybody basically that comes from a hot country or is travelling to a hot country, you're going to need lightweight clothing, such as lightweight t-shirts, and obviously if you are sunbathing, then you'll need a swimsuit, trunks, shorts for men, for instance, and obviously light socks as well. Also flip-flops and sandals are useful around the pool. So they can be useful for taking. Also trainers can be useful, especially if you're intending to be walking up any mountains, like a mountain that I did in Alcudia, Spain. So that is or just generally doing a lot of walking, it would be advisable to take trainers with you. And yes, just generally lightweight clothing, again a kimono for a woman, or a kaftan for a woman, or if you want to cover up, you can also take sun hats and sun caps with you, and glasses. So that's another tip, or you could buy them out there if you wished. You can also buy clothing out there, especially if you've got a shop nearby. So again, before you basically decide on your accommodation, see again if there's any, where the nearest town, village, city is, or where you can purchase like swimwear, for instance, or different items. So also some hotels, for instance, have indoor activities, such as an indoor pool. And if it is too hot for you and you don't want to go in an outdoor pool, then there would also be an option of an indoor pool. So that is also very good. Again, they usually, what I've noticed is in 4-star hotels, I've noticed them mainly in Spain. The Mirage was an outdoor pool, but there was still building the hotel in Benidorm, and they were building an indoor pool. And again, if you do have an indoor pool or some indoor activities such as a wellness centre, or say a gym, for instance, or say a games room, or say a play school for the children, where it's, say, like activities are indoor. If the weather's very hot, for instance, then it can, you know, benefit you, definitely. Or in the resort, there's lots of places where, say, for instance, you can go in an actual shopping centre and keep cool. That can also benefit you. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. My next travel video is tomorrow, and it is going to be on the coldest places that I've been to. So please keep watching. I love you all. You all mean the world to me. And bye for now. Thank you. And I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.